Well, it's Sunday morning. I'm getting ready to head to church and brought Lucy out her own private little breakfast bowl. And she seems to be enjoying it. I gave her some Cheerios and a few grapes and some carrots, and she seems pretty content with that. I'll go around on the other side and see if my little ones are out there hungry. These guys and I are home by ourselves this week. Timmy has gone to Mexico on a filming trip. So, we are just doing just fine by ourselves. And Beamer is no different than she always is. She's just right by my side. She's supposed to be taking care of me, but I think it's the other way around. But anyway, it's a beautiful day. The wind has subsided. Yesterday it blew quite a gale through here, but it looks like it's going to be a wonderful day today. Well, let's see who all's around here looking for something to eat. It looks like there is Nina. She's usually the last one here, and she's the first one here this morning. I don't see any of the others. I've had to just go ahead and make breakfast up in the big fish bowl. I think the wind blew away all of the other bowls off the porch during the night, so when I get home from church, I'm going to have to go out in the yard and gather them all up. But it's time for me to head to Midway Hills Baptist Church, and hopefully the rest of the gang will come in and eat. I'm sure they're not far away, and when they hear, I hear it's Lucy. She finished her bowl and she heard the commotion on the front side, so here she is. She says, I'm not going to miss out on any grapes or carrots. So she's going to come and join her little Nina at the breakfast bowl. And I don't know where the others are, but I'm sure they will show up shortly. The other one out there is just a visitor, so. And here comes Ranger. Yeah, and I don't know where Jenny and Forrest are, but I'm sure that they're around not very far away. So y'all have a wonderful day. Well, it's a pretty peaceful afternoon here on the lake, except for this little big guy that has showed up and is prowling around after some of my girls. And I don't like that. He needs to go chase some other girls instead of my little girls. Be hanging around here with my little girls out in the yard. Go on, Mr. Big, go on to the woods. Yeah, go on. You don't need to be hanging around here. Go on. I don't think he's paying any attention to me. Still haven't seen Milburn. I kind of thought Milburn might be hanging around with this big old guy here, because it had been about the same amount of time since I've seen Milburn as it had been since I had seen this one. So I thought maybe they were hanging around the same places, but maybe not. He just needs to keep on walking. Beamer says, this is all just so boring. I don't do enough exciting stuff when she and I are here by ourselves. Oops, I see that old guy. No, I don't either. I see a girl running around. There he comes. She's going to take off and run. I don't think that's one of ours, but he's definitely on the prowl around here. He's going to go back the other way. I don't think you can see him in the camera there. Come here, Lucy. Get up here on the porch. Come on, Lucy. Get up here on the porch. Come on, girl. Come on, baby. Come here, Lucy. You girls are over here on this side of the house better run and hide, too. That old bad boy's running around here somewhere. You better go hide. That might answer our question on why the deer are acting a little apprehensive this morning. There's one of the who's and what's been wandering around the night. This looks like not one of the really big bucks, but it looks like he's about a 1, 2, 3, 6. Oh, he's a small 8-point. You leave my babies alone. Huh. I'm gonna have to go out there and scare him off. He's messing with my kitties. Nope. I guess maybe he's got his eye on one of the yard deer. I don't know. He just needs to leave my babies alone, though. He's not welcome here. Lucy's staying on the porch. She knows where her safe spot is, and it looks like that's Jenny on the porch with her. And there's I think it's Forrest coming back. And there's Nina coming back. I think that buck was after one of those other does that's been out here. It's always nice to have your little family here first thing in the morning. It looks like we've got a couple of visitors out here in the yard too, but they know not to come up on the porch. I think occasionally one will slip up there whenever they know that we're not watching. That one with that blue tag that's looking at us, she's getting a little friendlier all the time. We don't really need any more that come up on the porch, though. We've got just enough, and there's a pretty little Nana looking over the top there. And it looks like that Jenny has lost her collar. So I guess I will have to try to put some collars on. It's kind of hard to do by yourself, but I will try that this afternoon. I may try to set the camera up on the porch maybe this evening and see if they'll let me do some collars. As I've told you all, Jimmy's in Mexico this week and they're having a good week of fishing. I hear from him once or twice a day, and they are all safe and well and having a good time. The deer really seem a little bit apprehensive this morning. I don't know who or what's been around. I might mention that we haven't seen Milburn for almost a week, I guess, but it could be that he comes by during the night while we're all asleep. And I try to leave a little bit of food on the porch when I go to bed, and it's usually gone the next morning, so I don't know if Lucy does that or exactly who comes by and has a middle of the night snack. I always try to manage to put one little bowl of deer feed, and then last night I cleaned out the refrigerator and put some lettuce leaves out there, and it was all gone this morning. Gave them a few carrots in the bowl. But it's a beautiful morning out there, and it looks like that Ranger is going to be one of the last ones to leave the dinner area. I've got to get out there and get my boxes of magazines carried out to the storage building. Various other things that I've been trying to clean out some closets and make room for more stuff. But anyway, it'll be a good day, I'm sure. I've got some farming chores to do. Pray for Apache. He's been sick for several days now, and I don't know if he's got the virus, but he just wouldn't go get tested. But when I heard from him yesterday, he said he was still sick, but he thought he was somewhat better. So we'll just hope and pray that he's on the road to recovery. Relaxing. It's a beautiful day, a little bit windy, but thank God they're all in the yard. And I swear around the edge of the property here, or around the edge of the perimeter of the house, I can still see those silly bucks chasing those does out there. I looked up a little bit ago, and all I saw was antlers below the front deck, and by the time I got out there, they had already disappeared. I don't know who he was chasing. Must not have been one of ours. But those boys are busy this morning, and they just have one thing on their mind, and that's pursuit. And so it's a busy time of the year for all those boys and girls, or men and women, whatever you want to call them. But I'm glad that my little crew is laying right here where they belong. Well, it's early Thursday morning, and we already have boys in the yard. I mean to tell you, we have got some good-looking guys, but they need to go find them some girls other than my girls. That is one dandy boy right there. I don't know if we've seen him around or not, but he's looking mighty fine. And he can just leave my Lucy alone. He's too big for my little Lucy. And my little boys and girls are on the porch having them a little bit of plain breakfast. And of course, they're always looking for carrots and grapes, but not yet. They'll have to come back for that. And again, they're a little skittish this morning, but I think it's because of all the guys running around, strangers showing up on our doorstep. And I don't know what day this is, but we're still looking for Milburn. Still no Milburn. So I don't know if he's gotten too far away from home and hadn't found his way home. Oh, I see what they're hearing. They're hearing elk over in the little lean-to that we keep our alfalfa hay in. And those big old guys can gobble up a lot of hay and nothing flat. Go run them off, Lucy. Go tell them to get out of your hay. Tell them to get out of your hay. There's that big boy coming back. Come here, Jenny. Oh, oh. This is what the rut's all about. Run, Jenny, run. Run, Jenny, run. Come here, Nana. You stay on the porch. Come here, Ranger. You're such a pretty little boy. I'm just thinking another year or two you'll be acting just like these old guys running around chasing all the girls. But right now you're just a sweet little boy. Come on, Forrest and Jenny, you get up here on the porch. You'll get hurt running around out there. I think there's still here some elk over in the hay. I didn't wear my shoes out here, so I'm not going out there. Come on. Come on. Y'all stay right here. This is your safe spot. Good girl. Good girls. And boy. And there's old Forrest. It's such a delight to see Forrest and Jenny so well, because they were just, I mean, they were all but dead whenever Sherry brought them back to the house and sat up with them all night. They were just a few days old, and Mama had rejected them, wasn't feeding them, and she was up and down all night just trying to feed them with a bottle, but mainly a dropper the first night, and finally got them to drink from a bottle. And then she went home and left Forrest and Jenny for Jimmy and I to feed, or for me to feed. And this is what we wound up with. And I'm so thankful that we were able to nurse them back to health. Forrest couldn't really walk very well. He had problems with his legs, and Sherry even toyed with the idea of trying to put popsicle sticks on his legs to keep him straight, but God had a plan, and he straightened those legs out, and he is just fine. He can run with the best of them. And here comes that big old buck that's trying to find him a girl this morning, and he is a dandy. I don't know if he's the one that was hanging around here last year, courting Lucy or not, but he is a dandy. I'm not good at judging ages on deer, but I know a pretty rack when I see it, so that's a pretty deer. Deer are running everywhere out there in the trees that I can't pick up with this camera. It's that time of the year. Deer season opens this weekend, and some of these guys aren't going to have sense enough to watch where they're going and what they're doing, and it'll be their downfall. He's standing out there admiring Lucy. He just thinks that she's about the prettiest thing he's seen, even with that tongue hanging out. And Lucy says, I think I'm going to stay on the porch where it's safe. You just go on down the hill, Mr. Big.
All right, girls. Hey, girls. Guys, how y'all doing? How y'all doing? Y'all think I'd run off and got killed by a deer hunter? Huh? Did y'all think I'd got shot? I've been in Mexico fishing. Yes, I have. Yes, I have. I've been in Mexico bass fishing all week long. Did Chris take good care of y'all while I was gone, huh?
You got baby Ranger behind you.
You didn't get the grape. You got my finger. They bite your finger and it really doesn't hurt. Lucy said, what about me, boss?
Ranger's behind you, Jimmy.
Where's Ranger? Hi, Ranger. Hi, Ranger. You gotta have that too. The boss, if you'll put them down in the deal, we'll get them.
They prefer to be hand
What
fed.
about me, Nina? Nina, come here, Nina.
They prefer to be hand fed because I think they know it's done with love.
Because it's done with love. What about you, Nina? You missed yours. Not that big on grape fishing.
She usually
Lucy says
is.
I'm big on grapes, boss.
She's not liking Beamer being out here. She says, I'm going to get
Y'all
rid
don't
of
ever
Beamer.
Pick it up off the floor, do you?
Beamer, you're bugging him sitting out there watching.
Okay, little buddy.
Put it in the...
Y'all gonna step on this one down here. I know how to squash grape.
Here, Timmy, give me one. I just want one. Here you go. It's just likes to
Boris,
be.
you're almost as big as Lucy.
Look here.
You're almost as big as Lucy. He's eating them right off your deal. He wasn't eating one for me.
So I know the hand that feeds me. This is Nina over here. That's Ranger over there.
Lucy says, uh-oh, you got grapes, huh? Uh-oh.
She ate that whole cluster.
She ate the whole cluster.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to empty the bag, guys. This is a bag emptying day. Chris has got groceries ordered. Yeah, Chris has got groceries ordered, so we're emptying this bag.
We have another bag to empty too.
Oh, we have another bag we got to empty today also.
Go on, Nina, get up there. I don't have any more.
I know you want one, Nina. I bet you, Nina.
I finally got a new ribbon on Forest, but it had gotten a little tight.
One of the deer tightened it up or something.
I think
I loosened it quite a
yeah,
bit. It's gonna be
I think it's all right for
a
now.
week or so maybe, and we'll have to cut it off.
And he's the one with the green collar. And we don't have one on Ranger yet. Ranger won't hardly stand still long enough for you to tie something on him yet.
Guys, there's just a few left. I'm gonna dump them in here.
Ranger doesn't like for Beamer to be around.
Come on, we're gonna get them.
Jimmy, Jimmy, have you noticed how the rings around their noses are unique to each one?
Yeah,
they're
like,
different.
Their faces all look different. Little Nina, she got the prettiest face. Little Forrest and I mean Ranger and Nina, of course they're totally different looking.
I think Ranger has got the sweetest face of all.
The twins are really out of the Iowa doe and an Oklahoma buck. And so you see what size they are. You look at him. You see his horns, how big they're sticking up already compared to little Rangers over there.
Ranger says, "Well, I'm just a
Of
little
course, Ranger
boy."
was a triplet, so all three of them are a little bit smaller. That's all, baby. That's all. That's all. That's all. That's all. So we haven't seen Milburn, so don't everybody start worrying. Might start praying.
We actually haven't seen him since.
We haven't seen him since Friday. My
I don't think we saw.
Garmin watch friend did on me.
Did we see him on Friday before you left or not?
I think I saw him on Friday before I left on Saturday. I got back this morning about 2 o'clock in the morning from Mexico. We had a great Mexico trip. We're going to have a lot of film up there probably on Wednesday nights, maybe for the next 2 or 3 weeks. I fished with several different people down there. My buddy, ex-highway patrolman, retired highway patrolman, Boyd Walker. And you know, I got a lot of retired buddies for the highway patrol. They get to run around with me, and they just quit being a highway patrol and start fishing all the time, like Daniel Arms. But Boyd was a highway patrolman for a long, long time, and retired. He runs around the country with me every now and then, and we had a great time. I didn't catch any 10-pound fish, but we caught a lot of big fish, a lot of nice fish. We got some great shows from Lake Bacharach in Mexico. We were staying at the Bacharach Los Terrones, which is Raul's place, is what everybody calls it, just Raul's place. Fish out of brand new Ranger boats, 300 horsepower Mercury Pro X engines, and I had a Garmin Life Scope, and it was just amazing. I mean, it was just amazing. It was a great trip. Maybe one of the best big bass fishing lakes in the world. My buddy Harry caught 2 bass on consecutive casts over 10 pounds at dark the last evening we were there. Boyd Walker was with him. They had already cut the baits off all the rods except one. And he threw a lizard, Texas rig lizard, over there and caught one that weighed 10.53. That was a big fish for the week. And he turned around and threw it back over there while the guy was weighing it and caught one that weighed 10.20 something. So 2 over 10 pounds of back-to-back hits. We should have been fishing at night. Should have been fishing at night. I'm sorry, guys and girls. That's it. You look at the difference in these 2 little bucks right here. Well, that's 9. That's not a little buck. But you look at the difference in these 2 deer. They're 4 weeks apart in age. But now these Iowa deer are going to be a lot bigger. You see how they're... Uh-oh, the feeder's going off. These deer know that. Look at them. Guys, you got feed in your bowl right over here. The same stuff.